Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenore and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Sagittarius. If Sagittarius is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so tonight we have the Ace of Wands as our card. Okay, and let's go ahead and see what these tea leaves have to say. And so if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. And it is free to subscribe. And so with that Ace of Wands energy, we know things are going to be pretty vibrant, pretty passionate, right? A lot of that fiery energy. Okay, let's go ahead and see. Oh, look at this. Now immediately, where's my stick? Now immediately I see we have a possum right here. Okay. And so the possum, one of my favorite creatures, one of the only marsupial, no, not one of the only, I should say, the only marsupial in North America. Here comes TT. I can hear her meowing at the door. But yes, the only marsupial, when the babies, a mother possum, she carries babies in her pouch. She's a marsupial because, among other things, she has a pouch. The babies kind of, grow up from being little infants, little newborns in there. And then as they get older, they hang on her back. Now, if you've never seen a picture of the possums carrying their babies around, you have to go look it up, go check it out. Go on whatever search engine you use and go see what these cute little possums look like. But the thing about the possum is that it is a definite mother energy in my mind, because that's what I envision, is a hardworking, and not only mother. I mean, it is the mother goddess energy, but it is a parental energy as well, working very hard to take care of theirs. Now, it doesn't have to be that you have children or that, you have raised anybody, but it is a sense of really caring for your fellow human beings, your fellow animals. You are somebody who definitely likes to help, right? Now, Sagittarius people are natural caregivers, natural healers, okay? For better or worse, sometimes that means that you kind of get taken advantage of, right? Sometimes it means that, you are the person that comes into somebody's life or a variety of people's lives, and you absolutely lift them up, right? You are somebody who is very meaningful to their existence. And so I look at this and I know that must be true, and not only one person, but I think it must be quite a few people. So I wouldn't be surprised if you were in, maybe the medical field, you take care of people in some capacity, social work, something like this, a teacher of some kind, and so on. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, yeah, definitely we're in this zone, we're in this energy. Now I know sometimes when we talk about these kinds of themes as Sagittariuses, it's not always like your favorite thing about life is that, you end up being the person that takes care of a lot of people. It can be tiring. It can feel like nobody really kind of notices how hard you're working, right? But I do feel that, you know, in this case at least, it's something that you are proud of, right? And I'm not seeing, and I got to look a little bit more, but I'm not seeing that this is causing distress, because there have been other readings where it's kind of like you get stuck with the brunt of the work, right? And you're burnt out and everybody just expects from you. But that doesn't feel like the case here. Now, I'm looking at, we have this beautiful image here, and it looks like we have a person whose arms are raised. We have a butterfly, we have a hawk right here. So I get this impression that there really is this turn back to faith of some kind. Maybe you have been kind of outside of your religious practices, your spiritual practices. Life has been how life is, busy, full of things that are kind of, you know, out of your control to some degree. Circumstances, events, you know, the change in seasons, that's a big one. This time of year, at least in our lives, so busy, right? Because it's nice outside, a lot of different, you know, well, family events happening and things like that. But where I live, up in the northern Midwest, we only have so many good months where you can get outside and enjoy the weather. So you're out there and you're doing all the things that you can, and it just is a lot, isn't it? So I feel like, you know, there's maybe been this energy, almost a whirlwind of things happening. But I feel that there's a sense of really kind of catching self and being very aware that, you know what, I want to get back to the things that really nurture and feed my soul. If that is going back to church or mosque or temple, if that means, you know, you're going to be doing, you know, magical work or keeping altars or you know, partaking in ceremonies or whatever it is, right? Whatever that looks like for you, meditating. Yeah, this time of year, I think so many days I'm like, you know what? I need to really make some time to be working on my active imagination. I need to be working on my meditation. Wow, the days get away from me. I spend a lot of time out there in the yard, doing yard work, doing gardening stuff, being with my child and my husband and things like that. And I have to remember to make time to be meditating, even while I am pulling weeds and things like this. So, you know, I feel like you have this energy where it's kind of like, yeah, I have to remember in my little moments, in those little quiet hours of the day, this is where I have the opportunity to really be with God, to be with Goddess, to be with the universe, finding the in-betweens, because that's really, in my mind, where it matters the most. Of course, it is ideal, I guess, you know, to have a very planned routine of spiritual work, right? Where you set aside an hour, 2 hours, whatever, go, you know, be able to go make it to a service or, you know, some kind of fellowship or whatever it is. That's not always practical for all of us, is it? And sometimes, you know, let's face it, when we have those moments where, yeah, we could be going to, you know, mass on a Wednesday afternoon, maybe I'll take that time to do something quietly with myself instead. And yeah, sometimes that's what we choose because we know, we need a little moment for ourselves. And yeah, sometimes we fall away from our routine. So I know it's easy to get on yourself about that. I know it's easy to feel like it is a failing in some kind. I challenge that by saying, we know what we need if we know it in the front of our mind or not. And we'll get back to where we need to be at some point, right? This maybe is striving towards that. But it also might be a good time to remind yourself, I do have these moments in the day. A big one for me too. When I take showers, I pray a lot while I'm, cleansing myself, absolving myself, of the stresses of the day, of the things that, I did or said, thought, that we're not working towards the greater good in my life and for the people around me. And so, it's important that we take advantage of those moments and we try to become present and we become intentional there. Okay, so we also have the hawk, and it is about the intentionality. It is about the bringing that rational mind, that logical mind to the thing, right? Being a little bit, what is the word? It's not critical, just being aware, right? Being aware. You are doing your best, aren't you? I believe you are. Not being, and this may be the opposite of critical, not being so critical with yourself, where you've missed things or, circumstances led you away from being able to do something. You didn't, again, I keep using this idea of church because it is, when you go to church steadily, you have your congregation or you're finding a church and you've been going religiously, and then you start to kind of have a pause in that, right? It's easy to get it down on yourself, but listen, you're aware of what's going on, and it's, it seems to be there's a motivation to kind of change how things are going. So we also have the butterfly, self-evolution, right? Metamorphosis. Beauty, growing, ever growing. And so, let it happen. It's going to happen no matter what. But I do feel that there is this intentional energy into this growth, right? Okay, so we also have, let's look. Oh, yes, there it is. The cow, right up here. We have the cow. You can see the head, the nose is like right here, the body. Okay, so this is the mother goddess once again showing up. So I do also feel, and I'm looking over here at this one. We have a bird. You can see the eyes and the beak right here. So I do feel like there is a sense of, that kind of divine feminine consciousness really active in your life right now. It does. It feels like a motherly presence. And I feel like for you, this brings the energy that it's a safety, right? It's a warmth. It is a place of incubation, of, the seed is sprouting, starting to get the first leaves, right? And there is a sense of being coveted by nature as we realize we are not apart. We are very much interwoven. We are nature, aren't we? And so, there is the brutality of of nature, of even the mother goddess. But in this configuration, because we have the cow and we have the cow related to Hathor or Hera, and we know these are stern but loving goddesses. These are not goddesses of destruction so much, at least in the forefront. We know that this is growth, and this is growth that is beloved, and the resources will be there. The time, the motivation, the inspiration, it will be there. The goddess in all things. If you're not comfortable with the idea of a goddess in your life, think of it as that feminine energy that runs through all things. There, supporting you, coveting you, giving you a safe space to grow. Okay? Now we also have the bird, and this is a large bird. Here, you can see the beak, the eyes, the head. Okay, so absolutely it feels like you will be getting some strong messages from spirit. This is a big bird. The bird, not to be confused with our big yellow friend. A large bird, I should say. This is messages. The birds bring messages from spirit, from those who have passed. In this case, I feel that this is spirit, and there will be a lot of synchronicities. If you don't know what a synchronicity is, that is a pattern, something that is repeating. So, for instance, maybe you start to notice you're seeing a lot of green cars, right? I don't know. I'm trying to think of something a little. Now, if you're seeing a lot of white cars, you might think, okay, a lot of people have white cars. Now, green cars, a little more rare, I would say. Maybe having these coincidences, or you perceive them as coincidences, with these green cars. Or maybe you are seeing repeating numbers. We do see those angel numbers a lot, or number combinations that are meaningful, but seeing them constantly. And now, you start to think, okay, well, this is something because it keeps happening, right? What is going on? Well, these are the synchronicities that spirit are sending you. Okay, I'm going to just get rid of that so it doesn't. Okay, let's see. What do we have going on here? We have a person holding, it looks like a scythe, a tool for harvesting right up here. So a successful harvest coming. We also have a W. So somebody with a W name. We have the goddess right here. This is a primordial fertility goddess. Okay. And this is a really common shape for the goddess, kind of larger, and then it comes down into, almost kind of looks like a cocoon or something like this, but this is a fertility goddess. So this doesn't necessarily mean that there is a child coming, or a like you're pregnant or somebody around you is pregnant. It could be, but more often than not, this is inspiration for some creative aspect of your life, okay? I also see a smiley face right next to it. So I feel like, yeah, this could be a wonderful outlet for you to get into your creative processes. Whatever it is that you like to do to express yourself, this is a wonderful time to spend in that mode. Okay, we have another person with the scythe. So there is this real energy of harvesting. So whatever work you have been doing, it seems that it will be paying off. Okay, so maybe that means some kind of raise at work. Maybe that means that you will be getting a new job. Maybe that means quite literally like you've planted things and it will be a bountiful harvest, right? A lot of green beans or squash or whatever it is you're growing. let's see, what else do we have? We have a heart that is fractured. So I do feel like there is a sense of maybe an old love or a recent love where there has been some turmoil, okay? And this might be part of the catalyst of getting you back into your spiritual practices, is that this love has come to an end, or there has been some kind of deterioration of the relationship, and you're looking for kind of an outlet, right? Or somewhere to go to be on that path towards healing. So that makes sense to me. A lot of times we return to our faith when something has happened, right? A breakup, or maybe somebody transitioning, or something like this. Okay, so we have the Wild Offering Oracle cards, and I'm just going to take this and I'm going to flip through, and I'm going to stop where it feels right. Okay, and it says doubt. All right. Offering all to the divine doesn't mean negativity never arises. But you can say, free me from this prison of doubt. I cast this burden to you. Show me your will, and restore me to faith and confidence. Show me your will and restore me to faith and confidence. So like I said, this could be, why we are feeling this energy of returning to your faith, to returning to your practices. It makes sense, that if something goes on that's difficult, we can, sometimes choose to go fully outside of our spiritual leanings, because sometimes it is. Things happen that it makes you think, what the heck? Is there any good in this world? What the heck? Is, God with me, right? Or we can go the other way, right? We can think, all right, well, this has been really hard. I need to get back to my center. I need to get back to my practices. I've been somewhat distracted or neglectful of, but right? It's part of the work. Sometimes that happens. So, I think that in this time, there is a renewal of your faith and passions there. Your belovedness in your work is arising once more. Okay, Sagittarius, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I love you, because I do, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. And if you have not, oh no, that's right. Oh my gosh, it is free to subscribe. And if you would like to leave a comment, please think about doing that. I would love to hear from you. Yeah, I'm all jumbled up. I didn't do readings for I think I only took one day off, maybe 2 days. I can't remember. My daughter, we had a birthday party for her. So I feel like when I usually film 7 days a week doing readings. And so when I take a day or two off, I'm like, I kind of feel like I've been on vacation for months. When I come back, I'm like, So anyways, yes. I thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope you all are doing so well. Take care of yourselves. We'll talk in a few days. Okay? I love you. Good night, good night, good night.